Good morning, everybody. Hope you guys have had an amazing weekend. I am still up north in Brisbane, ready for another and the final week of this national tour, which wraps up with a 2-day masterclass that Francesca and I are hosting here at the Mafia Hub in Murray, in Brisbane, the next 2 days, 9 till 5. And then I'm flying off to Sydney to complete a 4-day APS Congress. So I'm going to be hanging out with the Australian Psychological Society and exhibiting there for the first time, alongside my author Gerda Muller, who mentors psychologists and practitioners on how to build 7-figure practices. So I'll be hanging out with her for those 4 days and coming back up to the Gold Coast to meet the kids and Stuart and have that well-deserved break I so desperately need right now. So I thought I'd come on this morning and talk a little bit about this particular topic, 10 reasons why rejection is good in business and how you can deal with it when it happens. Good morning to Vicky, Sakshi, Tasha, Joannette over from Orlando, Laura, great to see you guys, and I'm really excited to be joining you on this live this morning. I've got a stack of back-to-back appointments here. Look at my nails, they're bright yellow because all this week is all about being loud, and of course we're doing the Speak for Profit Masterclass here tomorrow. And the second day we have to dress up in something really loud. So thus all my nails are yellow, and I also have this bright yellow dress that I'll be wearing on the second day, as well as at the Gala Awards for the APS Congress. So I thought, why not match that dress? I've never done yellow nails before. So anyway, guys, so I've come up with a list of 10 things as I was waiting for my coffee this morning and getting my day sort of organized in my head, because I'm so super excited about everything that's coming up. And why did I come up with this topic? As you guys know, often I kind of think about it in the shower before I jump on live, to think about what's the most pertinent thing to talk about right now and what I want to share, right? Good morning. Mind-blowing national tour. Yes, I know, it's been mind-blowing. So why I also wanted to talk about this topic this morning is because I have been rejected so many times in the last 4 weeks, and it's actually good. And I wanted to give you guys some insight as to how I deal with it, but also what I make it mean, okay? So I've been rejected way more times than I have been accepted or being told, yes, I'll go along with you. And so because it's been the middle of national tour, which means I have met, I think, over 300 new people through my half-day events. That's just a ballpark figure. And obviously, out of those, let's say about 30 or so plus said yes to me, but 270 people rejected me, right? Oh my goodness. So anyway, let's talk about that. Let's crack down this list and how you can frame rejection and what it means and how it's keeping you safe and how it is a blessing and all that. So I've got my little phone here on my side with my list. As I was waiting for coffee, I was pulling together my list and going back into my head and reverse engineering what all of this means. So if you have comments or questions or anything you want to share, just pop it into the comments box. Give me a like or a love heart if you like what you're hearing as you go along, and share this if you think someone you know would find it valuable. And so here we're talking about rejection in business, not so much rejection from a loved one, or all of that happens, and you could kind of relate some of these points to that, but we're talking about it in business. Good morning, Susie. All right, so let's start at number one. Number one, which we often fail to remember, is that rejection is not personal. It's not about us, right? On some level, the person that's saying no, and when we talk about rejection, is like, I guess, people not wanting to progress, to work with us, or, you know, in other ways we're not getting opportunities in business, but it's not personal. There usually is a reason. Sometimes it's a business decision or a related reason that maybe the other person that you're talking to doesn't see a match in terms of value, and it's not about who you are as a person or whether they like you or not. Of course, like, trust, and know apply a big part on people saying yes to us, but it's not the core and the end reason why they may say no. And also, on a lot of levels, actually, if we're talking about a client and a provider kind of relationship, people who say no to us, actually, as I said, it's not personal, but a lot of the time they're actually saying no to themselves, right? Have a think about it and reframe it that way. Good morning, Helen. And so reframe it for yourself. You know, a lot of the time, it's not always the case. Sometimes the no can be, it's just something else that's taking priority in their lives, and maybe they'll be one of those less than 0.01% of people that will come back in the future, or never will. Just don't hold your breath on when people say they will return, because most, after 8.5 years, I have determined it's 0.0001% that come back. Okay, so it's most of the time it's also, yeah, them saying actually and rejecting themselves because they don't value themselves enough, and there's a lot of fear, self-doubt, and you know, mental funk that's going on, why they can't take that leap of faith to commit to a process. And because I talk to a lot of coaches, practitioners, people who are making and helping people get a transformation in life or business, these decisions, when we are facing clients that we're going to work with, are quite transformative and scary for people. So they can feel like, you know, oh my God, if I do this, I'm going to die. Their little prehistoric brain is freaking out in the background. So that's the reframe here. It's not about you, and a lot of the time when it's this transformational way, when someone's rejecting you, it's not you, it's actually themselves. And it is really sad because, you know, maybe these people have not done as much development and work to figure out what all of their, you know, things and blocks that are stopping themselves. Good morning, Sandy. And so therefore they're saying no to themselves and preventing themselves, because I've met them years, 2-3 years down the track, and they say to me, in my business, I still haven't written that book. It's still on my to-do list. I just can't do it. I just really can't back myself. And I know, and I feel for them, because, of course, one of the things to be able to step up is to really do the work and know that you're going to follow through. Okay, so reframe that. It's not about you. It's not them rejecting you. It's either going to be it's not the right match, or they're rejecting themselves in a lot of cases. All right, let's go through number 2. Rejection. I'm just going to read the point that I made, and I'm going to talk about it. Rejection is a good thing as it gives us feedback on our gaps. Okay, so I love it. So when someone rejects me and I say, but why? Not in that way, right? But I ask, you know, what is it that, you know, made you prevent from wanting to do this? Is there something we could have done better? Is there something that we could have done differently? Or sometimes you will even feel it in the conversation you're having, which you know is heading towards a no. They will actually raise certain things that they're worried about or what they're concerned about, and that gives you all those clues and signals that you need to address during your presentation or during the time that you're talking to them, you know, talking to future clients in the, you know, if this particular client, you know, doesn't follow, you know, go through to work with you. So it's really, really important to remember that it gives us clues. How can we get better? You know, how can we refine what we say, where we say it, and we can make those micro adjustments to become better and to increase our conversion rate, and to obviously be able to serve more people, right? Because, you know, that selling is not a dirty word. Selling is serving, because if you don't sell, you ain't going to help anyone. Therefore, you're not going to change their lives and help them step up, get over themselves, and solve a particular problem around their life or business. I love your commitment to personal growth. Thank you, Sakshi. And I'm continuously watching videos, reading books, thinking about how I make decisions. What are my little strategies? So I reverse engineer what is the strategies that I utilize when I'm making decisions. And also I'll go into a lot of study and mindset. So I know my first-time authors inside out. When they open their mouth, I know what they're going to say. When I know they're going to follow through and progress and say yes to themselves, I know what their behavior is, and I know what their behavior is when they don't. and that is, as they say, they start ghosting you. That's a bit of a term used in the dating world. However, ghosting occurs in business as well, where someone has signed an agreement even on the spot and said, I'm just going to go home and place my deposit. I'm in. I'm so excited. And then they disappear off the face of the earth. So I always have known is like until, it's a done deal and everything has been completed and onboarded, that's when you know and you can celebrate that you can be helping another person. So that's my point number 2. Rejection is a good thing and gives you feedback on your gaps and how you can improve that in the future. Number 3, rejection just means you're getting closer to a yes because it's a numbers game, right? So we've said this many times before and I'll say it again. Not enough small business owners get enough rejection. And the reason they don't get enough rejection is because they don't ask for the sale or have enough sales conversations to get to those yeses, right? A lot of the time, 9 out of 10 people will say no to you, which means you've got to get rejected 9 times in order to get to that first yes. So how many times are you allowing yourself to get rejected, or are you putting yourself out there to get to those yeses to monetize your business? It is really, really important to keep getting rejected because it is going to be a numbers game and you will get to the acceptance and to the ones that you are going to help and be a match with. So please, this is a big mistake small business owners make, is they don't have enough conversations with enough people to get enough rejection to then obviously end up serving those that are perfect match for them and they can help. All right, so that was point number 3. Point number 4, rejection helps you grow thicker skin, okay? It does, because as more and more people say no to you in the beginning, it's like, oh, poor me, why is this happening? What's wrong with these people? Whereas as time goes on, you kind of know when it's coming as well. You can feel it in that person's energy, what they're saying. You can almost feel it from the first sentence they say to you. Like you can start being a pattern reader, right? And being a pattern reader, it'll allow you for you to figure out, is this going to progress or not, and how, and what do I need to say and how do I need to be to perhaps maybe serve this person to get to a point where they can trust themselves to work with me or not. So as a result of getting rejected a lot, yep, you grow thicker skin. So with every no, you're closer to a yes. With every no, it's not personal. With every no, you can tweak and adjust and be better, because you know what? The courageous people are the ones that are going to get rejected the shit out of them, and they're going to get up the next morning and they're going to say, I'm going to do it all over again today, right? And I can tell you on this 1-month national tour, there's been events where we've worked our butts off. We've felt like, oh my God, this is going to be a great outcome as a result of this. And then it's been zero. You're at donuts. And you go, what the hell is wrong with me? You feel like down in the dumps. You go early to bed. You just want to sleep it off. And then you get up the next day. And you know what? Most people will give up. And this is what happens with small business owners might get rejected. The first few times they go, oh, well, this doesn't work, right? But the courageous ones will get up and they'll go again, and there'll be a different outcome. And even sometimes you might get slammed 1, 2, 3 times really badly. But you know what? Sometimes it'll surprise you, and the third time that you're gonna get like the floodgates opening. And that's the thing. That's that kind of balance in the universe that we can see occurs when we when we trust in ourselves and we keep putting one foot in front of the other. We can see the snowball effect occur when we least expect it. And this is what happened. Like last year, we had a hardcore, first 6 months was a struggle. Facebook ads stopped working. We weren't converting as much. We were hustling to get bums on seats with all of our organic strategies. And it was really a hard slog. And I kept getting up, kept going to places, kept executing events, even in front of 5 or 6 people. It didn't matter. My room shrunk right down. And came August last year, and I totally was not expecting it. We had filled massive rooms across 5 cities, and we had an 8-day period of $550,000 in sales. Totally unexpected, out of the blue. And I thought at the end of it, I go, oh my God, this is what I've been waiting for all year. and it was absolutely, I was gobsmacked what had just happened, and absolutely that finished off the year better than the year before. That 8-day period, but you don't know when that 8-day period, just like the ones that are yet to get their business off the ground, you don't know when you're going to just turn that corner and the floodgates are going to open. So you have to trust, and you have to get up, and you have to take the action the next day, and you have to keep going out there and asking for the sale and keep getting rejected, right? Okay, number 4, let's go. So, okay, that was number 4. Number 5, so rejection. Number 4 was rejection helps you grow thicker skin. I'll summarize all 10 at the end of this in case people are jumping on and off and obviously watching the recording. Okay, let's go in number 5. Rejection means that those that are not a match for your business did not come into your system, thus you stay protected. Okay, not everyone is for us, neither do we want everyone to work with us. We often laugh about it, but it's so, so true that we have a no dickheads policy. And the dickheads get kept out through the process of rejection, right? Sometimes we reject others, right? They don't qualify for our system, our process, and we actually turn the conversation around so they would say no to us, okay? So we can manipulate this conversation to get a no if we feel that someone is not a match for our system, okay? But then it works the other way around. You know, of course, those people who rejected you, maybe the universe is protecting you from someone that maybe you're not an energetic match with, and that you are not going to progress in a happy way forward with them. So just remember that rejection is protecting you from people who need to stay out of your system. And you know, sometimes what happens in business, and this is a normal thing in case you haven't experienced it, some people are going to come into your system and then they're going to leave. A small percentage, not a huge one, but you think, oh my God, you know, this is awesome, I've signed up a client and all that. And all of a sudden, a month or two, for some reason, they'll want to leave, they want a refund, or whatever it is. It happens in every business, right? You've seen it even shopping for clothes. You know, they get returns and all that kind of stuff. It happens in every business. So that is also, I believe, the universe protecting you, that this person was not going to be ideal for you. So just trust that you're being protected and that you are being safe, and at the same time that you also have the power to reject. And you can control that power if you feel that someone is going to not be the type of person you want to work with. You know, someone who maybe is high maintenance, someone that's going to exhaust your energy, that's not going to be good fit for your community, because not only can a person bring you down, they can bring down the whole community. That's not a good thing, because it tarnishes the experience that people have when working with you. So really, really think about that one. All right, let's go to number 6. Number 6, and as I said, I'll summarize this at the end. Rejection means you are doing enough marketing and sales for your business. It's a great sign, right? So this kind of ties into the one just earlier on, you know, that you grow thicker skin when you get rejected. But also, rejection means that you are doing enough marketing and sales. If you're getting lots of it, that means you're putting yourself out there, that you are asking for the sale, that you are, you know, doing enough to help your business grow. And so ask yourself, have I done enough sales and marketing to get rejected enough times to, you know, almost go to a point, oh my God, is this ever going to work for me, right? So it's really, really important and a great sign. And that's why I always used to document everything that I'm doing for my business and what's happening as a result of it. I would have lots of opportunities presented to me, but, you know, a lot of 95% of those opportunities would never follow through. But the 5% that did, then I would make a go of something that was really important. And at the beginning, you're saying yes to pretty much everything, right? Because you want to get the experience, you want to get the opportunities, you want to find what opportunities are good to say yes to and which ones are good to say no to, because otherwise, how the hell will you know if something is a good match of what you need to do and who, where and what you need to network with. All right, number 7. Rejection makes you grow and try new things to evolve to the next level, okay? So often in the beginning of business, I say certainly, you know, people are not very niched, or they don't know what their call to action is, or they're kind of like just finding their way, right, through the maze of what should be my thing, what should I stand for. But as you get up, let's pretend you're going to networking events and you get up to say something. And I used to, in the beginning, obviously introduce myself as a life coach who help people get from A to B the fastest way possible and help them resolve their limiting beliefs. What every life coach says nowadays, I absolutely had no positioning, right? And as I kept going, networking and standing up, and of course, I kept getting rejected, meaning no one was really responding to my spiel or pitch or whatever you want to call it. And as I kept networking, I kept getting up and saying things slightly differently. And sometimes I'd get a response and sometimes I wouldn't get a response and all that kind of stuff. And therefore, I refined and figured out, what are the best things for me to be saying and which are the things that I shouldn't be saying. So ultimately, when I came at ultimate weight loss to lose the last 10 kilos, and I got up one day and said that's what I was, lots of heads in the room went like this and lots of conversations we're having. So after being rejected so many times in the first 12 months, I ultimately was able to refine my messaging and to find more clarity around what I stood. So just a summary, rejection makes you grow and try new things to evolve to the next level. So as we keep saying stuff, we keep evolving and we keep figuring out, are people getting this or are they not getting it? And so therefore I kept, fine-tuning and refining until I arrived at a thing that I really became my signature thing, nowadays being Ultimate 48 Hour Workout. So that's number 7. Let's go into number 8. Often it's a blessing that keeps you safe. So rejection is often a blessing that keeps you safe. We may not see it at the time. We may feel like shit about it, but it's often a blessing that keeps you safe. And I have figured that out, after, seeing a story all the way go through from start to finish and then seeing, the not having that benefit of hindsight. But when you actually do have the benefit of hindsight years later, months later, you actually realize that it was keeping you safe from a particular situation and how things may have evolved and developed. So really, really important. Linda, keep going, keep learning, keep smiling. Right, absolutely. All right, so number 9 here, here we go, so the hindsight point is, in hindsight, you will be glad the way things worked out. And this is what I was saying, it keeps you safe, but you will be glad the way things worked out. So, a big one in my life, which I always share in my stories, when Stuart lost the business, March 2010, and it was the worst thing that, we had happen in our life, whereby we were now left with 2 mortgages, me working 3 days a week and him not having employment, and they're making a poor decision, to lose that particular business. And that at the time was like, I got, oh my God, these things only happen in the movies. How the hell did this happen in my life, And I worked through it, and not immediately, but about 12 months later, of course, I started doing coaching and working on myself and looking at things from a different angle and reframing things for myself. I realized that it was the biggest blessing we could have had in our lives. I mean, look what's going on now, 8.5 years in, and it ain't stopping. It's just getting bigger. It's just like this ball that's exploding. And so he, in hindsight, I'm so glad that happened. In hindsight, I'm so glad certain things have happened in my life that were shit, hit the fan kind of moments. And there's been many of those shit hits the fan kind of moments throughout my business in the last 8.5 years. From shifts, from rejections, from things, people leaving, people coming, people, and it can be any people, not just clients, but, I remember it was Christmas 2.5 years ago, and our Facebook guy, Charlie, and he might even watch this live, but he texted me and said that he could no longer manage our Facebook ads because he was changing the business direction he was going in, and he was letting go of all his Facebook marketing clients. Well, it was like someone dropped a big bomb on me, and I freaked out because he was the only person we had worked with on this for 2.5 years and didn't think that anyone could do it as well as he did. And we felt like, oh my God, what are we going to do? That's it. Our whole business is getting lost. It's imploded. So in a way, Charlie rejected us, right? And however, it made us step up, figure out different ways, find and work with different people, learn even more, because sometimes when one person rejects us and we need to find a new path, what happens is we grow and see new things, and we learn new things, because we should be learning from lots of different people, not just one person, right? Because it's that culmination of wisdom and learning from others that ends up giving us the juice and the value that ends up being behind our business. And it's actually sometimes good to have these changes happening. And now I'm talking from the angle of people you might have within your business, employees, suppliers, all that kind of stuff, to just shake things up and grow again, and see you stepping up and actually being independent, and celebrating your successes as you move through. It's never fun. It's never a good thing to have those kind of things happen to us. But in hindsight, they're keeping us safe, and it means that it is, in hindsight, you will know that you're glad that things occurred that way. So let's go into number 10, and I'm going to come back and summarize. And by the way, if you have been on this live for a little while now, or from the beginning, tell me which one out of the 10 you love the most. Which one maybe gave you an aha moment or penny dropping moment that you kind of thought, I haven't thought about it that way. It's really, this is how I've been seeing it, or whatever it is. So comment, and I'll read those comments out once I finish number 10. Okay, so number 10 is the more you reject. So this is now from your angle. The more you reject, the more successful you have become. Okay, so that's a sign. So what do I mean? Well, after 8.5 years of networking, talking to people, having lots of meetings, having certain speaking gig opportunities, traveling internationally, I have deciphered what I need to reject and what I need to say yes to. So to protect my time, to protect my well-being, to protect the growth and the scaling of the business, because we all have the same 24 hours in a day. So in the beginning, as I said, you're saying yes to absolutely everything. And so you should, because then you know what to reject that and unattract. But later on, that whole shift occurs the other way around, and that means that you're saying no to most things. Good morning, Costa. I'm glad you're feeling better. I've been following your lives, and well done on getting through that big surgery. So I was very, very distraught when you had that one from the hospital the other day. Anyway, so I always say, and do this, please don't be a yes, 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 yes person. Move towards being, no, I won't do this. No, I won't go to this event anymore. No, maybe I've outgrown this particular group. No, I don't want to speak at this particular event. No, I don't speak for free, or whatever it is, right? No, I don't want to work with this client. No, I don't want to deal with this particular person, or have a coffee chat, because a coffee chat takes me out of my house for 4 hours. I ain't doing that anymore. You can't, because of those 4 hours, I could be smashing out some high quality work for my clients. And yes, I'm happy to catch up on Skype for 15 minutes, but not travel out, and give up half my day, because things shift, right? Let me see some comments that have been posted, you guys. Then I'm going to do a summary of all the 10 points we've gone through this morning. So Linda saying, thank God for unanswered prayers. You do recover and then realize your path wasn't meant to go in that direction anyway, right? Like, that sliding doors moment, and then years later you go, of course this was meant to work out the way it did. And there's one of my mentors, don't know who said this, but she said, life is perfect. It's working out exactly as it should be for me. And I may not think about it right now, and I may not like it, but life is perfect. And I love that. And I choose to believe and frame that this way for myself. Number 3, she liked that. Actually, thicker skin, become a pattern reader. Oops. Same as dating. My clients need to go on lots of dates to find their perfect match, and we only need one sale in our love lives. You're so right, actually, and I like 10 too, coming from a place from abundance and honoring our own boundaries. Yeah, totally. So let's do a recap in case you have jumped on this live late, and I would like to do a summary. And if any of my authors are watching this live,
please jump across as soon as we finish to our secret group, and I am going to do an exciting news announcement that I'm not announcing publicly. I'm just doing it for my secret author, secret squirrel business, and I need to discuss some stuff. So jump across over there, and I'll be tagging everyone who is not on there so they can watch that. All right, so let's go. Let's go through the list of 10 because I've got it here on my little phone and my notes. So I'm just going to go through and read them out for you. So we're talking about today the 10 reasons why rejection is good in business and how to deal with it when it happens. So here's what we went through in detail, and you can revert back and watch the whole live with more detail around this point at another stage or after we finish, right? So number one was rejection is not about you. It's about the other person, and it usually means they're rejecting themselves. Number two, rejection is a good thing as it gives you feedback on your gaps and how you can improve and how you can get better. Number three, rejection just means you're getting closer to a yes and that it's a numbers game, so make sure you get rejected lots, and I mean lots. Number four was rejection helps you grow thicker skin. So it's like water off the duck's back, if that's the saying, after a little while. And yes, it can come in truckloads and doesn't feel good, but you do grow thicker skin. So it's like, yep, next, let's keep going. Number five, rejection means that those that are not a match for your business did not come into your system, thus you stay protected, right? Number six, rejection means you are doing enough marketing and sales for your business. It's a great sign, right? Number seven, rejection makes you grow and try new things to evolve to the next level. Number eight, often it's a blessing that keeps us safe. And number nine, in hindsight, you will be glad the way things work out. And number 10, drum roll, the more you reject, the more successful you have become. So it's a sign of success. Karen's just saying, feeling that it's not going to work with the many no's, needing to reframe, getting closer to a yes. Yeah, totally, Karen. It's just part of it. And I think when we get into business, we don't actually realize the amount of rejection we need to endure and go through it and continue to endure. It doesn't matter if you become super successful. It still happens pretty much, just as much. It reduces a little bit. Like, let's say if it goes no, yes, no, yes, it's still a no, yes, right? It's not like no, yes, or yes, right? So it still remains at that level. Of course, you improve your language and you improve the way you speak about what you do, so your conversion rate improves, but you're still going to get rejected a lot more than you get accepted. Costa says, no, every 32 no's, the 33th will be a yes, definitely a numbers game. Yes, Costa, I hope less than 33. I was talking more about the 10th one out of 10 would be, but I love the way you said. And Con, guys, is amazing at, he's been in business so many years, I don't even know, 30, 40 years. And he's in real estate and he's amazing at what he does. And he's got a huge portfolio and he's helping people grow their portfolios in terms of real estate. And this is a guy who probably got rejected 1,000,001 times by now after so many years, but he's super successful and he's got the right mindset. Linda's also saying 3, rejection is a numbers game, but each rejection is one step closer to success. Yeah, yeah, it's so true. So I hope this live was valuable. Give me a love heart, give me a thumbs up, share it if you think it was cool to share with someone who might be struggling and kind of feeling down in the dumps as to what's going on in their business, because it is something coming from someone who's doing it all the time. And as I said, the reason I did it, because it's after 4 weeks of national tour, I've been rejected for my fair share for this year and accepted by a lot of people as well, which I'm so blessed and grateful for to be able to help and work with. But yeah, share this and give me a thumbs up. If you're watching the recording, go back, rewatch everything, make some notes around what it means for you. Maybe stick it up somewhere near your office or somewhere you can look at it, because when you're rejected, all you can think about is all the negatives. All you can think about is I'm shit, I'm not good enough, my value offering is crap, and you start going all the reasons, what does this mean, right? And poor me, and woe is me, and all that kind of stuff. And it's not true. 3 questions that I learned from Tony Robbins are to ask yourself instead of
what does this mean, and going into down and dumps. He talks about asking yourself, how can I use this? What's funny about this? And what will I think about this in 5 to 10 years time? And I go through those in my head. As you can see, I've got them memorized, which means as soon as I answer those 3 things, I'm either laughing or going, whatever, you know, let's keep going. So that's me, guys. Let me see one more comment. Yeah, rejection is a way to find your spiel. Totally, Costa. All right, guys. So I am going across into the Ultimate 48 Hour with a Mastermind group now to do another live, a quick 10-minute authors. If you are watching this, please go jump across. I have something important and very exciting to share with you privately. So we will do that. And for the rest of you, if you watch the recording, leave me a comment, ask a question, do whatever you like. And I won't see you for about 3 weeks, because next week my kiddies and hubby are coming on back to Queensland after I've been to Sydney, and they're going to be up here for an 8-day holiday, and then I'm taking a cruise with Mum. So the next 3 Mondays I will be cruising and holidaying and recharging after this massive national tour. But for now, this week we do have the Speak for Profit Masterclass here at the Mafia Hub in Brisbane in Mararii. If you're around, inquire with us. I think we may have 2 or 3 spots, but I know this is going to be buzzing the next 2 days. 2 days on Speak for Profit. We did this masterclass in Melbourne in January. It went through the roof. I can't wait. That's why I've got my yellow nail polish. It's got to do with what we're doing this weekend, and can't wait to meet the new people, the Mafians, my authors. It's going to be a whole huge reunion, and then I'm off to Sydney for the Australian Psychologist Congress to meet a new community of people, which I have really loved enjoying working with psychologists. So I can't wait to meet more of them and hang out with my author Gerda Muller there. All right, guys, have an amazing week. Go and smash it out. And have fun. I'll see you in about 3 weeks time. I'll post up when I'm going to be back again on a Monday for you. Bye.